from the Varsity Sports Bar and Grill here on Beachmont Avenue in Anderson Township. It is the One More I'm Outta Here podcast, and I am about to crack open my first cold beverage of the day. Here we go.
That was a struggle.
That was good.
You done?
I'm just savoring this a little bit.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God.
I want to give props to my friends at the YMCA. Today is Flag Day. I proudly flew the American flag in front of my house all day today. It's still there as we speak.
Did it take you 9 hours to put it up?
As I drove past the YMCA on the way here to do the podcast at the Varsity Sports Bar and Grill, I noticed the YMCA had American flags all up and down the entranceway to the facility. Beautiful display of American pride and Old Glory. And YMCA, I just want to commend you for doing that. And with that, Rob Herking, how have you participated in Flag Day today?
Well, I'm here, aren't I, Dan? And I just want to tell the YMCA, I live behind you. The fucking swim coach at 5:30 in the morning, if he doesn't quit yelling, I swear to God, I'm going to drive over there. And I'll ruin every goddamn swim meet with rap music and false starts. They yell. They're the most inconsiderate neighbors. They are. They might as well put Chinese flags in. It's the way I feel.
Kids need to practice.
Practice fucking later. Kids don't need to be up at 5:30 in the morning.
Yes, they do.
No, if you're coming home from a late night.
You know nothing about swimming. You know nothing about sports in general.
I can swim like a river otter, Dan. But kids up at 5:30 in the morning.
That picture will appear at some point.
The only reason kids need to be up at 5:30 in the morning is when they're trying to sneak back into their parents' house in high school.
No.
Oh my God!
You got to be up if you're a swimmer. You got to get up. You got to get in the pool. Get your workout in.
You're just going to bed anyway, fucker. So why does it matter?
Why do they got to get up at 5:30 in the morning?
You're just going to bed. So why does it matter? You
can't swim other times of the day?
There's other people that need use of the pool.
Like who? They can fucking swim at night. Swim 9 to midnight.
There's more than one swim team.
I don't give
There's
two
other.
shit.
They got the masters out there.
YMCA is the shittiest neighbor I've ever had. It is the shittiest fucking.
The YMCA was there a long time before you moved in.
Well, that's fine. You know what?
So you made your choice.
Shittiest fucking neighbor I've ever had.
You made your choice of neighbor. So that argument doesn't hold any water.
I actually called them at 5 in the morning once when they were doing swim meets or swim lessons and whatever the coaching shit. First of all,
you're so full of shit. Anyway,
no, I did. This is verified. I called them. The coach was screaming. I'm like, these guys are in the fucking water. What are they hearing? Nothing. I called somebody at the front desk, answer somebody inside. And I go, look, there's a coach out there. I live behind you. If he doesn't shut the fuck up, I'm going to come over there and make him shut the fuck up. It was a Saturday morning. It's 5 a.m. and he is screaming as if he's coaching St. Rita's Swim Club, which is a school for the deaf here in Cincinnati.
I know the coach at the Y. I guarantee you he's not afraid of you.
Oh, that's fine. Well, he better be afraid of some shit.
He's not.
you're
way down on the list of people he's afraid of.
Your follow through is fantastic.
Well,
so
I'm not going to tell you.
I can't wait to see what happens.
No, because
please keep our viewers and listeners posted.
As aggravated menacing. If he can kiss my ass.
But I do have an announcement to make. So before I do that, I'd like to introduce Jason Kiefer. How you feeling, man? You all right?
No, fucking hurts. Everything hurts.
Pussy.
But you've got the wherewithal to open that beer, which is good.
Yeah, big pussy.
When that goes away, I mean, life won't even be worth living.
That's right. Making my way.
In the road today. Takes everything you got.
Everything you got. You fucking beat me to it.
No, the fucking Y sucks, by the way.
No, it's a struggle, but every day is a baby win for me. Mornings of waking up suck with the fucking ribs, but we're getting there slowly.
That first act of standing up out of the recliner is kind of.
Well, I take pain meds about a half an hour before I'm getting ready to fucking move, and then I start my day.
Kick in a little bit.
Yeah, just sit there, watch some more Sopranos of what I've been fucking doing.
Is that what you're binge watching, Sopranos?
I've been binge watch fucking all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
I've gone through 2 different fucking series. Joe Pickett If you've never watched Joe Pickett,
What's that about?
our friend Kevin Braun brought that on to me.
Yeah.
Was it I can't remember if it's Amazon or HBO. He's like a game warden. It's one season and it's now caught up. So Sunday I think is the next one. And I'm hooked.
There you go.
So this is what you do fucking late at night. I've turned nocturnal and I'm awake until like fucking 5 a.m. till the Miller Lights and the Percocets and the muscle relaxers all hit, and then I sleep for a couple hours, and then I get up. That's been my life for a week and a half. It's been awesome.
I'm trying
not really, but it's been awesome.
Trying to figure out this whole pants off thing that's going on in the comments.
They're making fun of you.
Oh,
somehow, some way. I know they are.
So I just want to give you guys a heads up that
your announcement. Give me your announcement.
On the way here, I stopped, got some gas, and purchased a lottery ticket for the Powerball and the.
We'll see you next podcast.
And the Mega Millions. And should I hit those,
just remember
jackpots.
Just remember who loves you.
You too. Well, you'll both benefit, but my availability may be limited for podcasts.
Yeah, because you're going to be preparing 12 hours for a 50-minute show for
if you win that Powerball, I'll quit the fucking podcast just cause and say fuck it. I mean, we've already attempted to try to do that 3 or 4 times already. But
what the hell do you put up on Facebook or on YouTube? I'm trying to figure this out. No, I won't take my pants off. And cough. Hi all. Didn't know it was a no pants kind of party. Will create time for Rob to get a stateside.
You going through all of?
No. What the fuck are they talking about? I don't see all of them.
I don't know what to tell you.
What?
I have not done anything.
There's something up.
I have not done anything secretive to you. I promise you.
Something's up.
Jesus Christ. Do you want me to go through them? No, we're not doing that.
No, I'm just kind of not bi-curious, like damn, but curious what the pant comments were.
Well, dead leg. No, I won't take my pants off because dead leg has a fucking dead leg. So grab onto that part.
That'd be hard for him to take his pants off.
Weird. How that fucking.
Does he get a discount for only having one leg pants?
Do you get a fucking discount for not being able to like pick up a clue? Jesus.
What?
You're so. I did post this one though.
What
kind of lawyer has their voicemails full?
Oh, is that you,
Rob
you
Hergen?
dick? Yeah.
It's not me.
Oh, okay.
It's not me. I just posted the comment of the chats.
Yeah, this dick is with Verizon, who has 30 minutes or 30 seconds of total message time, which is nothing.
That's why we call him the Avalon lawyer.
Fucking ass clowns, man.
My voicemail gets filled up, but it's I get all those calls where they're trying to sell you aluminum siding and shit like that, or they
or your extended car warranty.
Yeah,
when your van's old as shit, my truck's old as shit. I'm like, that's an 04. It's been paid off for a long time. I don't need an extended warranty. Thanks. Yeah. Appreciate you.
But they leave a message and you look at it, and then every once in a while I'll get a notice that my voice message is filled up, right? And you look on there and you've got 30 messages that are 8 seconds long. There's some Chinese woman you can't understand. Right. It's fucking ridiculous.
I look at the transcription on the iPhone and I'm like, nope, delete. See you, bye.
But Jason, you did say something a moment ago that was jogged my memory about something, and you said that Rob is a lawyer. And that reminded me, I had a question for Rob tonight.
Ooh, I can't wait.
Rob, can you explain the importance of the attorney-client privilege?
I sure can, Dan.
Would you give us a little thumbnail sketch?
He's more worried about people talking shit about him in the comments.
I was looking at an ad read, but you asked the question. I got a question for Rob tonight. Can you explain the difference or the significance or whatever the fuck it was you said?
Well, how important that is to the legal profession, the attorney-client privilege.
It's very important.
That was so.
You asked 2 questions, Dan, that require 1-word responses.
Would you elaborate a little bit on exactly what the attorney-client privilege is and why it is so important to the legal profession?
That's 2 questions and no. No, it's important because it allows the attorney to know all the facts and background behind whatever's going on so they can best represent you. Sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes you don't want to know, because an attorney cannot put a client on the stand if they are. Yeah, I fucking shot him in the head, man. He was looking right at me, and I gave him a cigarette before I shot him in the head. Well, guess what now? I can't put that fucker on the stand and say, no, he pulled a knife on me, man, and I had to shoot him.
But so important is the attorney-client privilege that, generally speaking, an attorney cannot be compelled
Correct
to testify against his or her client.
There's rare exceptions, but you are correct by and far.
And the fact that you had attorneys who were working with Donald Trump and they were co-opted,
they lost their license, I hope,
during the course of this investigation by, what's the guy's name? Jack Smith down in Miami.
I think it was Jacob Jingleheimer Smith. He had 4 names.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
But I find that troubling, and I would imagine that
Motherfucker should
the
lose
Trump
his
legal
license.
team will seek to have that information
Should be excluded,
removed from
and
the proceeding.
he should lose his license. You don't give up client confidences. It's like I haven't told anybody, Dan, that you are seeking a sex change operation in Canada. Oh my fucking Jesus!
Where-
Can we delete this?
See, you can say that all
come in?
you can
I
say that
don't
all you
know.
want,
Why is he picking on me? I was getting ready for an ad read.
but it's not true. I'm not picking on you. I'm trying to
He's picking your expertise.
talk about just the total corruption that we have in the justice system
DOJ is weaponized.
As
It's
it comes to-
weaponized to one side.
as it relates to Trump and the indictment yesterday.
DOJ is weaponized.
And I just saw an article right before we started the show tonight that the Trumpster, after the indictment yesterday, did a little fundraising, $6.6 million
After he got indicted.
in one afternoon of fundraising after the indictment. I think that's hilarious.
That's the
That is fantastic.
I don't even think that pays his rent.
Jack Smith, what a jerk.
I don't think it really needs rent to be paid, but the fact that people are throwing the money at it
Yeah.
after this, because I was watching it, following it a little bit, but not nearly as much as Dan does. But take that little pocket change, throw that in to get ready for 24.
I'm gonna be.
It's because people know it's a sham. They know it's a fraud.
It's a fucking sham. I would agree with that. My biggest issue is Trump running again. He is so fucking polarizing. Why doesn't he just back a candidate that might? He's going to be the Biden for the Republican Party. He's going to get in office, and they're going to run out of Adderall. There's going to be a supply shortage. And
You're gonna be fucked.
no,
You're gonna be fucked.
it's all good. But I just don't think he's the best candidate. I don't.
I'm not saying he's the best candidate.
But that money, though, that money he could funnel to another candidate that's going to be viable and not make it a shit show next year. That's my biggest fucking issue with Trump. He is so polarizing. Everybody, I mean, fucking Republicans didn't vote for him because he just can't get off the Twitter. And he's a dick. And he's an arrogant fuck that won't step back.
But the economy was really, really fucking good while he was in before. I'm not saying it would be as good.
I'm not bashing his policies.
If he comes back in.
Not bashing. It's him. His policies are great. I think everybody agreed that his policies are great. They just fucking hate him.
Right. And like you said, polarizing is a perfect adjective. But who are the Democrats going to bring in to go against that? For one. Two, who do the Republicans bring in? You got DeSantis, but DeSantis is starting to get his own polarizing. He's starting to get Trump. He's starting to get Trump with some of the shit that he says. So if for me personally, if I have
is it mimicking Trump though?
I think it's I think he's totally mimicking.
He needs to get away from Trump, and Trump's bashing the fuck out of him because he's a front runner.
But he saw what Trump did in 2016, and it fucking worked. DeSantis is trying to do the same shit. And I like both of them. I honestly do. But I see DeSantis being more of a yes man than Trump is. that's just my own personal beliefs out here on the internet now at this point. But I can't wait to see how this plays out. Trump is Trump, and Trump was Trump before he even became president. He was an asshole before he became president. But I like to go with something I know that worked versus, and I'll be curious to see all these Republicans, throwing their hats in the ring. I can't wait to see how it all folds out, comes out in the fold.
Do you not think, though, if you look back on what happened in 2016 to 2020, Trump had his own private, it wasn't official DOJ, but he had his own private witch hunt against people that spoke out against him or insinuated things that were negative towards him. He would just immediately target them to bring him down. So it's kind of like an unofficial DOJ with Trump. And he's going to do the same fucking thing if he gets back in the office. I don't like that. That I don't like.
Well, Trump has always attacked people that say negative things about him or attack him or say things that he doesn't like.
Since he
didn't use the government apparatus to do that. He did it through Twitter.
Since he 513 positive.
I just posted.
All right, that's
he would
it.
say he would go after him on Twitter and social media.
We're gonna have a Ross Perot.
But that's the difference when you come to Obama, when you come to Biden. I mean, they're so corrupt. They have weaponized the Department of Justice, the FBI, the IRS.
Well, that's the fucking Dems. I mean,
every
Biden,
part of the federal government to go against their enemies.
It's like a Democratic Sopranos episode in the White House right now. I mean, they have weaponized shit. Oh, we got to whack this motherfucker. They don't whack him with a bolt in the head typically, unless the Clintons are in, allegedly. But nonetheless, they bastardize them. It's like Christian Scientists, where they just berate people.
There's a lot of people who wind up dead that were preparing to speak out against the Clintons.
Jogging in the park.
There have been people who were preparing to speak out against Joe Biden that are no longer drawing breath. And this goes on and on and on. There are the FBI whistleblowers talked about how they feared for themselves and their families. And there's still people out there who have the goods on this guy. And they're afraid to speak out.
Which guy?
The guy in the White House, Joe Biden. And they're afraid to speak out because they fear for themselves and their family.
Fucking Joe doesn't even know what goods are.
Right now we're fucked. We're fucked all the way around.
Oh, we're all fucked.
Period. We're fucked all the way around. If you are a Democrat and you look at what your options are, you're a Republican, you're conservative, all of it, you're fucked.
You give me a fucking Democrat that has some fiscal conservacy, whatever the fuck word is. Fiscally conservative Democrat,
Jesus,
with libertarian ideals.
I'm proud of you.
I just changed up the script. If you can't get a word, you just fucking change it.
I'm so proud of you.
You give me one of those, I'll vote Clinton. I liked him. I lean right, but I'm a libertarian at heart. And then the fiscal conservative part.
So as it sits right now, let me ask you a question. As it sits right now, and Grant, it's way early, who would you throw? Like, if you had your pick, if Rob Herking could make the pick, who would it be?
I'd take DeSantis or Abbott right now. Those would be my two. I'd probably lean towards Abbott.
I don't think Abbott's in running.
Well, he said if I had my pick, damn, we're not. Okay. We're in fucking fairy tale land.
Well, I was going towards
kind of hoping people you would pick from
through people their hat in the ring.
All right, DeSantis in. I'd take DeSantis.
Okay.
Just I think Trump's going to implode the Republican Party. I love his fucking policies. Don't get me wrong. I like him, but he is going. There are certain people you like. You love Aunt Mary, but Aunt Mary is going to be a shit show at the fucking Christmas dinner because she's going to get hammered and start throwing fucking Jello all over the place.
I have an Aunt
she's
Mary.
giving you a shitty fucking crocheted sweater.
Yeah, you're going to get it, and you just don't want him at the fucking party, but you still like him. I like Trump. I like his policies. I love fucking Aunt Mary's Jello, but I don't want her at the fucking Christmas table. That's the best way I can equate it.
That's a good analogy.
Biden and the Dems, I mean, fuck, they have nothing. You're going to put up AOC. Biden doesn't even know he's fucking running again. You're going to prop him up for another fucking year? No. It's just ridiculous. Put his son in. That would be awesome. I'm what I am looking forward to is an investigation in the Bidens. My biggest fear is Biden's going to pardon his son before he leaves office. He won't even know. You got to be competent to sign a will. I think you got to be competent to sign a pardon too. I want some competency evaluation of that motherfucker before he signs that pardon, because you know he's going to pardon his son, and they're going to continue to suck Xi's dick. It's going to be small because but nonetheless, I want an investigation. I want to see the results of the investigation. They've leaked every investigation against the Republicans, Trump, anybody that is in there. Chris Christie is a strong Republican. He is not a bridge builder, though. You know, he just can't build bridges, and we got 75 here. We need a new bridge.
So we had said that this podcast was not going to be all politics, right? It's not going to be all politics.
No, not at all. I got a bunch of shit to talk about.
So Will Cray said Joe Biden, the other guy who falls down that isn't Keefe. we're gonna pull some shit out because
no, we're not.
I got all. Oh yeah, well the fuck we aren't.
We're not pulling shit out.
I got so much shit for me falling on the fucking boat and breaking ribs.
I apologize for touching your rib.
Don't care. Shh. The adults are talking.
Are they coming in?
Mr. fucking Herking over here, the counselor, who is on blood thinners, by the way, because he had a blood clot, and we all had to hear about it.
That looks like a HIPAA violation right there.
Sorry, I missed it.
You're on Eloquist. It's fine. Decided to be a fucking jackass the other night and get on a one wheel and get cocky as fuck.
I was pretty good on it.
And fell down.
Take a little tumble, did you?
Oh, he tumbled bigger than shit.
The video?
And I have video of the aftermath, but I can't convert it. I can't convert it to throw it up
I was fucking brutalized.
It'll go on Instagram, though. After this podcast, it'll go on Instagram.
So
did a chipmunk run out in front of you or something?
He talked all kinds of shit about me, how big a pussy I am, breaking 5 fucking ribs. Now he has today made it that he has broken 2 ribs. Yesterday it was 1. He hasn't had
I'm not hitting 5 yet. I don't want to outshadow you.
He hasn't physically gotten an X-ray.
I see a bruise on a knuckle. I see he's got a scab on the inside of his hand.
He's torn the fuck up.
So he tried to protect himself from the fall.
He tried to go play fuck games, and guess what? Karma with all his bullshit came back and bit him. And you know what? I laughed my ass off.
You've seen me write it a couple of times. Is that why we couldn't
do a podcast?
You wrote it once.
I wrote it a couple of times.
I saw the video. I only saw the video. He wrote it once and made it. Rides it again and eats shit. And there was nothing better in my life than hearing the fact that he ate shit.
Yeah, and you heard it from the guy that was talking.
You should have led with that today. That's a great story.
I have the videos, the aftermath videos, but I can't put them up here.
It was, I can ride that motherfucker better than Tony Hawk, and I was making a video
Here we go.
taunting Tony Hawk.
Someone's got to have a video you munching on that thing.
No, they don't. I looked at the security cameras here, and
I
texted
Eric.
That far.
I texted Eric, the owner of the varsity, to see if the security cameras worked up there, but he did it intentionally up there because he knew he was probably.
I didn't fucking intentionally fly off that thing.
Yeah, you did.
I look like the Vineyard Vine model, man. No, I know I'm heavy, but fucking I was a whale tail up. My legs were higher than my head, and I bounced.
I would have loved to have seen it, but I was actually at home and get a text message. Hey, did you hear about Rob? I said, no. What's up? He ate shit on that one wheel. And I've never laughed so hard, and it hurt so bad with my 5 fucking broken ribs. And now all of a sudden he's got 2 broken ribs.
That hurt good. It didn't hurt bad. It was hurt so good, didn't it?
That's a pain that I was willing to take.
Well, let's think about this real quick. Let's run it down the train.
So where's your X-rays?
So I'm not a pussy. I don't go to the hospital.
Oh, okay. He just wants to complain about it to everybody that will listen.
Kiss my ass. I had to get assistance to get dressed.
I'm going to open a beer on that one.
I gave you drugs, motherfucker.
Well, they're kicking in right now. That's why I moved my arm freely.
You got assistance. Yeah.
But here's the deal.
Because I'm a good friend.
I appreciate you. But
fuck you,
Keith, here's what I'm doing. Listen, Keith, you would agree. So you broke yours. I gave you shit. You're giving me shit. And then I break one of mine or 2, maybe. Well, guess who else is fucking laughing like a goddamn canary over here singing a song.
Why are we pushing it on him? We're talking about.
I'm not out riding a one wheel.
Oh,
We're talking about you. Not
Your
don't push
turn's
it to
coming.
him.
This is a table of
I
karma.
didn't fall off a boat.
We sit at the karma table, Dan. You fall off a ladder hanging a fucking door for 9
I was up on a
hours.
ladder earlier today.
And he didn't fall.
Give it time.
He's
I rode that.
he's the one out of the three that is actually fucking. I appreciate you for that
Boom.
Oh,
because
wow.
you don't want this fucking pain.
See, now
You
I
don't.
now I feel like
I don't get hurt.
now I feel like I'm Trump and that's a DOJ next
All
to
I
me.
hear from Rob all day is, "Oh fuck, it hurts, it
Oh,
hurts."
fuck
Yeah,
you,
I
it
know.
hurt.
I know it hurts.
I
get
never
it.
broke a rib.
He is the one that hasn't fucking done something stupid. I missed a step and I fell.
We just don't see him.
You intentionally got on a goddamn one wheel at 48 years old on blood thinners. That was dumb.
I've ridden it multiple fucking times quite well.
But guess what?
I got air.
It only takes that one
It
time
only
there, big boy.
takes- It only takes one.
Yeah, I heard that
I
about
love
sex in high school. Yeah, no, I got a little arrogant. I was humbled, and it fucking hurt like a son of a bitch. But I was calling Tony Hawk out. I was trying to get him on the fucking show. I called him out, and then next thing I know, I got a little arrogant, went around the building again on the fucking thing, and I went whale tail up, boop, down, bounced twice.
You were doing it for the podcast.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm a sacrificer.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, you are.
Yep.
Oh, we won't even go into that realm.
Well, it's kind of like Dan sacrificing in June for the LGBTQ movement with that shirt on. You know, he's wanting to identify it.
I love you.
shirt?
I love your deflection.
You like
your
that?
deflection is so fucking terrible. So terrible.
That thing's wearing off that you gave me.
But
God
that
damn.
shit is funny as fuck. I have the video and I'm going to figure out how to convert it.
I can convert it real quick.
All right. Well, you have it. So convert
Well,
it.
I'll do it right after this.
Send it to me.
Varner Netherton revival. The boys are together again and making the best music of their lives. Cincinnati's own Dan Varner has rejoined with longtime friends Nick, Brad, and Rye, and now has the Varner Netherton revival, filling clubs and arenas from the Queen City, Nashville, and every place in between. Varner Netherton revival is more than award-winning musicians and recording artists. They're just plain fun, just like me on that one wheel. Their vocal harmonies had crowds of 10 to 10,000 standing up and singing along. And the best part is you can book them for your event. Check out a show near you and find out more at varnernetherton.com. That's varnernetherton.com.
And while we're talking about sponsors, we want to recognize our buddy Randy Corbett and
We don't have an overlay for that.
Corbett Graphics. How come we don't? We should.
Well, that's a you thing, not a me thing.
You notice how he fluffs off responsibility for
I'm just
shit?
saying, well, we could go to CorbettGraphics.com or Corbett Graphic on Facebook or Corbett Graphics on
Who are you speaking of fluffing off responsibility?
I was talking about Dan.
on
I
the
was
Twitter,
Just
because
making sure.
that's where you can find Randy Corbett. I keep telling myself I got to bring in one of our new banners and show off the new banners that Corbett Graphics made for us. But if you have any signage needs for your business, for a party you might be having, for anything really, Corbett Graphics is the place to go. And all the big venues in town, he does all the work there. That new, what's the name of that new music venue that's down there by Paycor Stadium? Have you been there yet?
Yeah, it's Icon.
Icon.
Yeah, he's got stuff in. He's got stuff in a brand new venue.
That place is awesome.
Yeah,
It
he's
is
got
cool.
stuff in there. We put up some signage in there a couple of weeks ago. So I mean, all the big places around town know Corbett Graphics, and he can do stuff for you too. So again, on Twitter, on Facebook, CorbettGraphics.com, enhancing your success.
Good job, Dan.
Nailed it.
So Keith,
He's a good friend of the show.
I'm gonna convert this in a second.
Are you working on the video right now?
I'm working on it right now, Dan. Shut up. So today we had a big day in history. Anybody know what day it is today?
Today's Flag Day. That's all I care
Flag
about.
Day.
Yeah, it's also fuck YMCA Day, but nonetheless.
No, it's not.
Oh, it sure is.
Why would you crack on a great institution like the YMCA?
Because I don't like the
I mean, look how many lives this place has saved by providing swim lessons to kids for years and years and years. I mean, the Red Cross does it too, but YMCA, great institution.
No, they take money out of stay-at-home parents that are willing to teach kids to swim in the backyard.
I call it anger. That's why.
No, they're a shitty neighbor. I'm just gonna say it.
They're a
Okay.
shit.
They
They're
are
a shit
not.
yeah, they fucking are. They're a shit neighbor, Dan.
They're
Just
a good
kinda-
neighbor.
Why do you think your neighbors move? Because you're a shit neighbor. They're a fucking shit
Okay.
neighbor, so you're identifying with YMCA because you're one and the same. But nonetheless, today is Flag Day.
Still have some neighbors that I wish would move.
I wonder what their conversation is like over dinner. The flag of the United States shall be 13 stripes of alternate red and white with a union of 13 stars of white in a blue field representing the new constellation. This was the resolution adopted by the Continental Congress on June 14th, 1977. Now,
what year?
1970
or 1977.
Shut up! I'm on special medications, Dan.
I'm pretty sure we had a flag before 1977. Just saying.
1777, Dan. And I just want to go on record. I am saying flag, FL, and I know the Reds are playing KC right now. So both President Wilson in 1916 and President Coolidge in 1927 issued proclamations asking for June 14th to be observed as the National Flag Day. But it wasn't until August 3rd, 1949 that Congress approved the national observance and President Harry Truman signed it into law. Truman was a pussy. I listened to that. What movie was that where, he went off on that rant. He was a teacher. Oh, fucking Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield. And the comedian is like, yeah, wasn't it Truman? If Truman wasn't such a pussy.
Sam Kinison.
Yes, I love that movie. Every time I hear Truman's name, I think of Kinison going on a rant about Truman being a pussy.
Sam Kinison.
So that's the history behind Flag Day. There's other shit going on.
Can't believe that guy's dead, man. That just sucks.
Really?
Oh, that guy's so fucking funny.
You can't believe he's dead.
I can. I mean, I know he liked his drugs and stuff, but
he died in a car accident, dude.
No,
it's not like he overdosed.
It's still funny though.
No, I'm saying,
but he did
going
like
to
his
Rob.
drugs.
He died in a car accident.
I know, but he still liked his drugs and stuff.
Oh, who is? Oh, I gotta search this real quick.
Oh, I love it.
I'm just saying, it sucks that he's dead.
Yeah, it does. Probably sucks for his family and him too. So on today, June 14th. We're going to go through a little bit of history, and there's a lot, but I pick and choose a little bit here and there just because I can. And I did a couple of days. So 1940, the first Jesus Christ, the first prisoners were sent to Auschwitz from Poland.
Do we need to stop?
I don't know, which is Germany's largest concentration, extermination, and slave labor camp.
Wow, way to bring the whole podcast down.
More than what do you want me to fucking ignore history? Now you sound like a fucking Democrat.
Just saying, you're bringing the podcast down, man.
What the fuck?
Talking about prisoners going to Auschwitz? Come on.
So what? I should just ignore history?
No,
that makes you feel fucking rosy? It's history, Dan. It opened today. The first trainload of prisoners from Poland went there. There were more than 1 million over the course of the war before liberation.
I know.
That were killed.
I know.
At Auschwitz.
I'm fully aware.
All right.
Just bringing down the podcast. That's all.
Well, let's uplift it. Let's get a little feminist. All right.
Here we go.
1963, manned Soviet spacecraft, the Vostok 5, was launched. 2 days later, the Vostok 6. I did not say sex. I don't think. I said 6. It was sent into orbit with the first woman to travel into space, and I love this name, Valentina Tereshkova. And I did practice pronunciation today a couple hours ago.
It was the first man in space, though.
The guy that was in the Vostok 5. Didn't really
remember his name.
I don't fucking care about his name. I'm more into women's movements, Dan.
Yuri Gagarin.
You just choked? You coughing up phlegm?
That's his name, Yuri Gagarin.
1940.
I had no idea.
Germany.
Now you know.
Today's date, Germany also entered Paris, which started the 4-year occupation of Paris until liberation. And you're welcome, French people that are watching. We love USA, you can say, and it's also Flag Day.
We have 7 people watching. How many are French? Raise your
hand. Or
hand.
Listening. Fuck it. There's a lot of French people, man. They're on their French underground. 1928, Che Guevara was born. Happy birthday, Che. We love your tactic. He was a tactician of guerrilla warfare and a prominent communist in the Cuban Revolution from 56 to 59.
No wonder AOC loves him so much.
Yeah, I love Che. I like just saying Che Guevara. Guevara? I don't know. Talked about that. June 15th, so tomorrow. This is fucked up. I remember studying this. We all should have studied. I think we all studied this in high school, I believe. June 15th and 1215, the Magna Carta was sealed up this day by King John. King John agreed to it because of the threat of civil war. The Magna Carta is actually the building blocks, just like Latin for any language. The Magna Carta is the building blocks for the legal community as well. If you look at it, it's Bible, Magna Carta, then the Constitution for us.
Perfect. Good. Good
Perfect.
work.
Did that work? I don't fucking know. I'm thinking that's what it is, but now I'm
I have
questioning
no idea
myself.
what the fuck you're doing.
No, the Magna Carta. Carta is the
Magna Carta. We're not fucking welcome.
the Magna Carta is the building blocks for the United States Constitution.
All right, Horseshank.
It's the biggest shit show ever.
Fuck.
Just saying.
2007. God, R.I.P. Bob Barker retired from The Price is Right.
How many of those chicks did he bang during the course?
I hope every one of them.
Is there a book on that?
I don't know. He beat the fuck out of Adam Sandler. I love that. Kicked his
In
ass.
that movie. That's one of the funniest scenes
Happy
ever.
Gilmore, yeah.
And Happy Gilmore.
Called him old man, and Bob Barker beat the shit out of him.
There's got to be a book about Bob Barker out
Do
there.
you think he kept using the long microphone just because it was phallic and it turned the girls on that were flipping doors?
I feel like you
I don't
need
know.
one though, because you keep picking yours up. So
Oh, it's
you
down.
need the long phallic.
What a great gig, though,
You
man.
need the long
Who's-
phallic.
Oh, how
microphone.
awesome. Hey, I got to go to work. Yeah, I got to look at a bunch of 20-year-old hotties when I'm 50, 40, 50, 60, and 70. And spay neuter your pets.
That is your dream job.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That is your fucking dream job, you weirdo.
Yeah, I'm Bob Barker. I'm a sexual acrobat into my 70s.
Just make sure
Banging all these young chicks, man. I mean, what a life. What a life.
Sexual acrobat.
what is he?
Well, he was.
He's on a trapeze.
Oh,
Make sure you spay and neuter your pets. 1864.
Bob Barker's the man.
Oh, he was a shit, man. You know that thing? He was swinging a jump rope.
I would
Backstage.
love to have that guy on the podcast. Hey, imagine the stories he could tell.
Is he still alive?
I don't think so. I think
Well, obviously we're not getting him on the podcast, and Dan, that's why I asked.
I'm just saying I would love if he was alive to have him on the podcast.
That's
Anyone knows Bob Barker? Should we Google that? Can you Google Bob Barker?
Yeah, you can.
What's Wikipedia say?
We're gonna assume Bob Barker's dead.
let's just,
I think
let's
he's passed
let's
away.
just keep fucking going.
1864. This is a good one, by the way.
Rob Herking, come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
What's your bid? 1 cent. $1. When $1 was the minimum.
According to Wikipedia, that motherfucker's still alive at 99.
Bob Barker, getting it done.
See, that's what you need
Yeah.
to do, America. Work with a
According to
bunch
Wi-
of 20 and 30-year-olds, and you stay alive a long
According
time.
to Wikipedia, just
Oh, it's on
for
the
the record.
internet. Fuck.
for the record.
That's probably right.
Follow up and see if it's on Facebook, because you know it's true if it is. 1864, on tomorrow's date, Arlington National Cemetery was established. You know where we got the land for Arlington? Anybody?
I believe it was donated by Thomas Jefferson.
No, it was not
No?
donated. It was actually acquired forcefully by the United States government. They seized the land from General Robert E. Lee,
Oh, okay.
200 acres, and made Arlington National Cemetery.
Good.
And that so began the United States government's confiscation of property of American citizens. It's fucking phenomenal. It wasn't even a state.
Well, you're an attorney. You could
Was
try
probably
to, you
there
could
in
try to
the-
help that.
Was that included in the terms of surrender
Unfortunately, I wasn't.
at the Appomattox Courthouse?
Not then. You were an attorney. then.
Yeah, no, but the Appomattox shit didn't happen in 1864. They just said, fuck you, we're taking it. It was in Virginia. I think Lee went south after that or before that, and they're awarding it over to 1865 because Lincoln wasn't killed until 1865. I think. A lot of pressure here.
I'll have to Google that. Well, you're the one bringing this day in history. So
I'm bringing the boom, man. I'm not going into
I'm figuring
follow-ups.
you have all the information. So
1844. Here, Dan, you know this. Thank God you know this, or you'd have more kids. Charles Goodyear received a patent for rubber vulcanization. So was born the condom.
No,
What?
that was vulcanization is the process by which you make rubber tires.
Is it rubber tires, or is it just melting rubber to form whatever you want?
Well, I'm just saying,
Jesus
rubber tires.
Christ.
Is it not vulcanization if you walk into a bedroom with a chick and you do the Vulcan hand sign? You're wearing a condom?
You're giving the little Spock thing.
Yeah, the dyslexic
Live long
peace
and
sign.
prosper.
Refer to our previous episodes about the dyslexic peace sign, which is often referred to here in the Midwest as the doe-eyed chakra. 1775, George Washington was named the commander-in-chief of the colonies by the Continental Congress. News to know that'll happen tomorrow, but it happened years ago. June 16th, FDR's New Deal, which fucking substantially sapped our net worth of any American, was substantially completed, which is great. Thank you, FDR. And this is even better. 33, same fucking year, FDIC was formed. Guess what the FDIC is? The FDIC is taxpayer money, our money. That is
Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation.
Yeah, I was going to explain it though. It is our money that is given to the federal government. They say, you know what? Kind of like 2008, we're going to take you fucktards' monies and give it to people that own banks that are too fucking greedy and run their banks underground, so people like us can feel warm and cozy that our $250,000 is secure in there. That is awesome. I love it. I love the fact that the federal government takes our money to give it back to people that they choose to give it back to. Kind of like 2008. How many companies did we bail out in 2008? I think one of them is coming up. 1903, Ford Motor Company was formed. Were they bailed out in 08? Was Ford? I think they were part of the bailout, weren't they?
I don't know. I think it was mostly financial institutions, wasn't it?
GM, and
they have the banks that were too big to fail and all that shit.
Yep.
Might have been GM and Ford, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll probably get sued for slander, but nonetheless, 1911, IBM was incorporated. That is International Business Machine.
I mean, looking at it in the rearview mirror, I just think that whatever the bad thing that was going to happen should have just been allowed to happen and let the chips fall where they may.
Fuck yeah.
Would it have been bad for a lot of people? I think so, but
shit happens.
You don't learn the lesson that you need to learn when the bad shit hits the fan.
You know what?
And here we are in 2023, and anytime there's any kind of ripple in the financial structure of this country, they start talking about 2008, it's going to be worse than 2008. We got to do, and we have been doing that again and again and again. And what's the federal deficit now? 33 billion
trillion.
I think Rob
33 trillion, not billion. My
Rob's
bad.
used the phrase before. Oh my God, the sky is falling. Chicken Little, the sky is falling.
You know what? I love to see the federal government
every time.
Federal government. I love to see this instead of bailing out big corporations that send you a shit ton of money, you fucking politicians, to run. Why don't you bail out the little people, like the Chapter 7 bankruptcy people that are filing, or the small business owners under 13, whatever the fuck number it is, bail them out. Quit doing these monster corporations that pad your fucking pockets and waistlines and shit like that and employ your son. I'm sure we bailed out Chinese companies for the Bidens.
Well, that's what so much
bail out us. Bail out. It's our fucking money. Bail us out.
That's what so much of the whole Wuhan thing was about, because the Walmarts and the Targets and the giant retailers of the world were allowed to stay open, but if you have a mom and pop shop, no, that can't be open. You can't have your local convenience store open. That's bad. But like going to Walmart and going to Best Buy and going to Home Depot, that's all perfectly fine.
It's like taking your dog to fucking obedience school for the first 8 weeks. We just got conditioned during the Wuhan, and it is horse shit. I could go on for 2 hours.
Are you done with this day in history?
No, I got one more shout out for a guest of ours, previous guest.
Okay. God damn.
June 17th, which is not today nor tomorrow. I don't even know what day it is. It's 3 days from now, I guess. 1944. Jesus Christ. 1994. O.J. Simpson was arrested.
Was that this day?
June 17th. Dan.
June 17th. That's 3 days from now.
Because it's not this day in history. It's a couple of days out.
Didn't we have a conversation about doing a couple of things?
We did.
We don't have a podcast coming up.
I got no issue with you doing that.
But we had a previous guest that dwelled on OJ's trial and all.
I was just clarifying.
You were at his house.
This day in history.
You were at his house, Dan.
I was never at OJ's house.
No, the guest that was on the podcast with the pictures on the OJ.
Oh, Bill.
Yeah.
Bill Rankin.
Yeah, Bill Rankin.
Weren't you at his house for dinner?
I was at his house. There's video of me at his house. Yeah.
Have you seen the video?
So I cannot deny it. He showed pictures. Yeah, he showed pictures of when I was at his house.
I think I deleted the pictures out of the.
That was a fun podcast.
Our little stream.
Oh, that was awesome.
But we got some great stories.
We talked about going back. I want to see the rest of his collection. I think that'd be awesome. But June 17th, 1994, we all saw a white Bronco with Al Collins driving. Cowlings, whatever. Very slowly through these streets of LA. And it you know what it did? It bored the Kardashians. Did it not?
Yeah, because their father was on the OJ Dream team.
I think their father had already gotten that. He already had that clout anyway.
Yeah, he had a
that
relationship.
Shit was going to happen whether OJ happened or not. But
that's what skyrocketed that family's name to prominence and launched the Kardashians. Absolutely.
Hey,
so I got
big butts. You cannot lie.
They do got some big butts.
That's a fucking fact. All right, so I have a video. If you're done with this day in history,
sure am.
Sure am. So we were talking about Sam Kinison, and I saw this the other day, and I found it, and I'm going to try to throw it up on the screen. You guys are obviously going to be able to hear it.
I hate that, man. We got to figure that. We got to figure that.
Guess what? You figure it out.
I'm just saying. I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying it's.
I will play it for you afterward, and you will love it.
He gets very hostile, doesn't he, Dan? Just saying.
What?
So I know some of you guys. The other day I was out. Well, the other night I was out there.
This is a chick, and it's if Ron White and Sam Kinison had a baby, and she's a comedian.
Oh my God!
And Sam Kinison.
It's like Honey Boo Boo all grows up.
Had a baby. Well, Bear, you be their love child.
MP4s.
You need an MP4.
I mean, how fucking close is that?
They call him.
She does look a little bit like Sam Kinison.
Oh my God!
Got the and she's playing it up too, isn't she?
Oh my God! I watched that, and it was the funniest shit. I'm like, she sounds and looks just like both of them. Like,
is there stuff funny though?
I don't know. I didn't look any further than that.
All right.
I didn't really care to, but I don't know why. I don't know why it hit. It hit, something out, that I had seen. I was like, oh my God, that shit's funny as shit. And then when he said Sam Kinison, I was like, oh, gonna dial that up.
Cincy 513 says roughly around this time in history. I like that.
I do like that. I mean,
not this day in history, around this time.
I do like it.
Well, yeah, it gives a counselor a buffer on each side.
So our friend Lady Maga USA did an appearance on Newsmax a couple of nights ago, and he posted the video on his social media, and he went off and said a lot of the things on Newsmax that he said here. So that's the thing. If you tune into this podcast, you're ahead of the curve on a lot of this.
Cutting edge.
But whoever the host was on Newsmax let him ramble on for a couple of minutes and then said, all right, Ryan Woods, thank you very much. And cut him off mid-stroke and sent him packing. So, Lady Maga, if you're watching, which you probably aren't, but if you're watching, we need to talk. And I want to help you out with those appearances on that, because that's going to be big. That's going to be big for our friend Lady Maga USA to get those appearances on national media like that. And
he was awesome on ours.
He's awesome all the time.
That's all I care about. He was awesome on ours.
But when you're on a network level television show, you have to approach that a little bit differently than you do the One More I'm Outta Here podcast.
And honestly, they only want to hear what they want to hear,
right? And you got to feed the beast. You got to give them what they want. And then you'll come back. And then the thing is, after you build up that rep, and you do that by repeatedly being on, like Vivek Ramaswamy who is running for president right now. I mean, he made his bones. I mean, well, he made his first million before he got out of college. But I mean, he's rich as hell. But he decided that he was going to start doing appearances, and he's a regular on Fox News. He's been on CNN. He claims, and I think he can make a legitimate argument that he's responsible for Don Lemon casting the straw that broke the back for CNN to get rid of Don Lemon. So Vivek Ramaswamy, super smart, and he just has worked it to his advantage, and now he's running for president. I don't think he's going to win, but he's out there and he's making a name for himself. And then this guy can do the same thing, but he learned how to play the game that the networks want you to play, and he keeps coming back and coming back and coming back, and he's parlayed that into making even more money than he had before he even started.
I think the way Ryan, obviously on our podcast, is different. He doesn't know, but he speaks from the fucking heart.
Sure.
But like you
He's
said,
great.
You got to feed the quote unquote machine.
Mm-hmm. You got to play their game a little bit.
But some people just aren't fucking built for that. And if he gets cut off by saying what he wants to say, I mean, he talked a bunch on ours, but we're completely willing to listen to what he has to say. They don't want to hear it. That's a problem. They don't want to hear it. As soon as he says something they don't want to hear, boom, done. You're cut off. You hit the dump button. You're in the radio. You hit the dump button. Something you don't want to hear.
Yep. Does it to me all the time when I call.
So
when's the last time you called my show? You haven't called my show in months.
The last time you dumped me.
Months and months and months.
Look, I get the hint.
Did you deserve to be dumped?
No, not at all.
Yeah, you probably did.
No, you cut me off to give your point.
I didn't cut you off.
Nah, I'm pretty sure you probably said something. I'm sure you probably said something and got you.
I'm on the radio tomorrow night. Feel free to call in after 11:30.
Be careful what you ask for. Normally, I'm in a shower about 11:30 with you on the radio, listening to you. But
no, you're not. You're never home by then, typically.
Well, I'm somewhere.
A lot of people are.
Yeah, you're
when they listen
somewhere.
to me
You
on
might
the
be in
radio.
a shower. We ain't at home. What the fuck? Come on.
Easy.
Come on.
God, there's a lot of fucking darts around this place.
Well,
shit.
Hi, have you met all of us?
Are you guys going to talk about the guy who got fired for being white? You going to talk about that,
Lady.
lady?
So we're
Here.
probably not going to talk about the guy that got fired, but we might talk about the lady. That was pretty impressive. I like it. It's $26 million she received.
25.6 million verdict Friday after she accused the corporation of firing her for being white in response to a national backlash over the arrest of two black men.
I was at the varsity, Johnny D, and I like it as firing back.
The Starbucks manager wins 25.6.
She was terminated in 2018.
It takes a while. It takes a while for the court system to work its way through. Dan.
In response to a backlash against Starbucks after two black men, Rayshawn Nelson and Dante Robinson, were arrested while waiting for a business associate at one of the many Philadelphia locations she oversaw. Employees at the Center City, Philadelphia cafe called the police on the pair after they asked to use the washroom but hadn't ordered anything. Phillips claimed in her 2020 lawsuit. So the lawsuit was filed in 2020, and here we are in June of 2023, and the jury's finally made their award. She said her firing was racially motivated, said she was targeted despite not having had any direct influence on the decision to call the police. Her allegations were backed up by testimony of Paul Sykes, the black supervisor of the employee who made the 911. So there's a black guy who's calling police on a couple of black dudes who are looking a little sketchy in his store, right? You guys haven't read this story.
I've got part of it up.
I just
Sykes argued that the fact he did not face any disciplinary action while Phillips was let go showed Starbucks had acted in a manner that exhibited racial bias. So the black guy didn't have any backlash at all, no consequences at all, but the white gal got fired.
I'm sorry I didn't read the article. I was looking at the rockets from China that were.
I saw the
parading in
headline,
France.
but I had it dialed up.
Do you see the fucking video of these girls in red? Oh my god, les femmes de l'armée chinoise, which are the females of the Chinese army.
So you're just surfing the internet while we're doing the podcast.
No,
pretty
I'm
much.
looking at. This caught my eye. I mean, shit. Did they get rid of the one
He just answered my question.
child policy
He's
where
just-
they were
he's just cruising
killing
the web.
females in China? Now they're
He
just
did.
saying, "Fuck
He
it, we're gonna
answered.
give them a gun."
He answered it.
I love it. And if you look at them, they look like the Rockettes. They're
It's
wearing
called
red
it's
shit.
called ADHD, and he hasn't taken his medication.
Oh, they got the fucking red skirts on. They're high kicking. I love it. And they got
Fucking
white
weird.
little go-go boots.
So it
on.
turns out the two guys that were kicked out of the Starbucks store didn't commit any crimes. The incident sparked backlash against Starbucks. Phillips alleged she had been used as a scapegoat by the company to show they were not racist. Look, we're going to fire our white manager.
Fuck you, you're out.
Kind of sounds like Bud
Ding
Light.
ding.
Sounds like Bud Light getting rid of the marketing manager.
So good for her. You think they'll appeal? Would you appeal that if you were representing Starbucks?
Oh, they're
25.6
gonna
million?
fucking appeal. And
I want to become friends with her.
They'll negotiate it down. She was hot.
Hey,
They
I'll take one.
They got that,
give me
man.
one
They
million.
got, come on, Starbucks has got 25 million in their account.
They'll negotiate it down. They'll negotiate it down, Dan. It's kind of like you at Starbucks, man.
I've never been a big Starbucks fan.
$3.20 for a coffee. No, I fucking got $2. That's it. These Chinese soldiers are fucking hot.
All right. So
Put that video up.
That's fucking neat. Well, I don't have it because I have no idea, and I don't want to know what's happening on that fucking computer.
No, it's better than Dan's computer. Here, I'm gonna share it with you. What do you
Oh,
want? You want
Jesus.
email or text? What?
Jesus.
Put this thing up.
Although in another story that I'm very concerned about, and I'll probably talk about tomorrow night on my radio show on 700 WLW, 9 to midnight Eastern time.
Which one's that one?
The GOP-controlled House is poised to censure Representative Adam
Oh, I
Schiff
did read that.
and possibly fine him $16 million for his role in advancing the debunked Russian collusion narrative, abusing the trust afforded him as the chairman of the Intelligence Committee for behaving dishonestly and dishonorably. Lena got to the floor, and what happened was
It's all the
that-
bullshit from fucking 2016.
20 Republicans voted with the Democrats and refused to censor the serial liar Adam Schiff.
Oh, fucking
So
throw
the
'em out.
resolution, it's a resolution,
Throw 'em
probably
out.
non-binding,
Throw them on Front Street, Dan.
but
Throw them on Front Street, man.
I am going to.
I want the 20.
Okay, here we go. So these are what we call rhinos, RINO. Do you know what the acronym RINO means there, Rob Herky?
Short
Rhino.
for rhinoceros.
No.
Short for rhinoceros, damn it. I saw Ace Ventura.
No.
I saw fucking Ace Ventura. He climbed out on his ass.
Rhino means Republican in name only, RINO. Rhino.
Thought it was rhinoceros.
American taxpayers shelled out $32 million to fund an investigation into collusion launched as a result of Schiff's lies, misrepresentations, and abuses of sensitive information. The representative of Florida called Schiff to be held financially accountable, proposing that Schiff could bear the burden of $16 million, half the total of the investigation cost. The suggestion comes following an investigation conducted by the Committee on Ethics, which found that Schiff lied, misrepresented, and misused sensitive information.
Let me ask you a
So
quick
this
question.
was just on the Trump-Russian collusion, which we know is a complete and total falsehood from the very beginning.
Where's the
There's no H. It's RINO, Rhino. Republican in name only.
I received your text. I cannot convert that.
20 Republicans voted with Democrats. to
Okay, I
protect
got your
Adam
message
Schiff.
over. I thought we were doing CB talk. You said over.
So here we go.
You should give me shit that you want fucking posted up early.
I've
I
got
just
the
found
list.
them.
I've got the list right here.
Go ahead, Shane.
And sadly, there's a couple of them from here in Ohio.
Uh-oh.
You've got Kelly Armstrong of North Dakota.
Not from Ohio.
So, look, if you're listening to the show or watching on YouTube, these are your representatives. Remember, they are rhinos, and they should not be voted for in the future.
There's no H in Rhino, by the way.
Lori Chavez of Oregon.
It's hyphenated. Chavez.
De Remer. I don't know how to pronounce
The
it.
Reamer. Like, Reamer.
You were barely able to sound consonants or fucking
Juan
vowels.
Ciscomani of Arizona.
Really?
You've got Tom Cole of Oklahoma.
That was easy.
Are you going through that whole fucking list? Though? Seriously.
Brian
I've
Davidson.
got the 20. He wants the 20. I've got the 20 right here. Warren Davidson,
Brian Fitzpatrick,
who's
Kay
of
Granger.
Ohio, who's from right up the road in Warren County.
I have
Is he
the
in Warren?
ability to mute, and this shit's boring.
Disgusting.
So keep going.
I'm just saying,
go with
these
your
are
shit.
your representatives who voted not to
This shit's
let
boring.
Adam Schiff off the hook. All Republicans. Kay Granger of Texas. Garrett Graves, Louisiana. Thomas Keene Jr. of New Jersey. Sorry. Kevin Kiley of California. Young Kim of California. Michael Lawler of New York.
Motherfucker, don't make me mute your mic.
I thought it was still this.
Thomas Massey. Very, very upsetting. Thomas Massey has been a great representative from Northern Kentucky.
It's going to be weird, folks.
But he voted. Are you talking?
Yeah, I'm telling you, don't make me mute your fucking mic. You don't need all the goddamn names. This is boring as shit. Let's go.
I'm just saying.
Move on to your fucking point.
The point is that these representatives let Adam Schiff off the hook. This is one of the worst representatives they're such cowards. And another one is Michael Turner from right up the road here in Ohio.
I heard he goes to.
I'm
I
just
did.
saying, very disappointing.
I heard he went to a
Dog.
Very, very, very.
How does he go to a groomer though? I didn't think he would. They don't shed, do they? No.
You wouldn't know. You would have no idea. I understand your point. Don't need to go through all the fucking names. It's fucking stupid and fucking retarded.
It is. And it's quite unsettling that they don't spell rhino with an H in there. That's unsettling. Unsettling to me. By the
You
way.
can't fucking.
I can't
speak-
believe
you
that's
can't
the first
speak
time
right
you've
now.
ever heard it. That's not the first time
I've
you've
heard
ever
of it. I've just never had a spelling bee word challenge with rhino on it.
Oh, rhino.
Yeah, rhinoceros is spelled with an RH. Just like what is that? DNA? Is it RH? Is that DNA that they're talking about? RH.
You have RDNA.
All right. There's some with an RH. I can't remember other than rhinoceros. But thank you, Dan, for bringing that to our attention. God, now I'm going to be upset all night and I'm not going to be able to sleep. I'm going to be pissed. Do we get the Chinese girls up yet?
Nope.
Anybody go to Google the Chinese girls outside of France, Paris? France is their embassy there. They're marching. The ones in the red are awesome. They look like stormtroopers from Star Wars. They got go-go boots on. Could be the Rockettes.
I was trying to take the text message you gave me, and it did not work.
Those girls are phenomenal. That's one way to get rid of the no women policy in China. Let's just give them guns, send them to fucking war, because we're going to cause a bunch of them, because Xi's a little person that has a small penis and wants to fight people to make like a big guy like Putin. Is there a picture yet or a video of Xi riding a horse shirtless like Putin was a couple years ago?
I don't think that's out there yet.
It's like a fucking Napoleon thing. I don't get it, but fuck.
Rob, do you have a question for Dan?
Dan, oh, that's a cue, isn't it? I'm
Yes.
fucking picking up on this now. I think the meds are wearing off a little bit. We should start over. Dan, what are you doing tomorrow? Are you going with us?
Where are we going?
Oh, fucking Christ, we just talked about it. Well,
Where are you going tomorrow?
we're gonna go up and have lunch with at what is that, Twin Peaks?
Our friends with Engraved in the USA.
Yeah.
Oh, I love those guys.
Yeah, you got a big show tomorrow, but you can spend an hour with us if you want.
12:30.
12:30, meet here. Pick up. Varsity 8112 Beachmont.
If I go, I'll probably drive myself.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Fucking more room for us,
Yeah.
Keith. We got
There you
the Sherpa. He's going to be opening the door.
I've got to prepare. I've got a show tomorrow night. Got to get ready.
All right, fine. A lot of 50 minutes of content. I'll be calling. Everybody, listen to Dan's show, 700 WLW. What is it, 9 to midnight, Dan?
9 to midnight Eastern time.
And guess which one that calls in is me, because it'll be a different name that hasn't been used before, and there'll be a throwaway phone involved.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's not national, is it?
By the way, the producer who recognizes your voice and wouldn't let you on the air doesn't work there anymore.
Perfect. So I'm in. Spot on.
You
In.
got a better job.
We should fire Rob's voice too.
No, I'll just get one of those boxes that you call in, like, pay me $1 million for the child back. That'd be great. What's your show about tomorrow? Is it about manscaping? Because, Dan, I got a question. Do you manscape?